Hello and welcome to another episode of Practice Perfection. My name's Kit Mills, and today we're going to be working on yet another way of reinterpreting the accent grid. A fantastic framework for practicing all kinds of things and a great exercise in its own right. If you haven't already checked out what the accent grid is or don't know what it is, go back to episode 13, beta 13, and that will give you a quick run through all of that. And I've linked to it, I believe, in the description below. So let's take a look at what we're going to do tonight. We've done several different variations, replacing the accents with different things. And so what we're going to do today is replace the accents with double strokes. But we're going to do a bonus one as well and leave the accents the same and replace all the rest of the notes with double strokes. So two very different ways of doing it, kind of the flip side of the coin from each other. Let's start out with where we're replacing the accents with double strokes and see what that looks like. If I play the first four bars, we have, of course, the beat, the E, the and the each in turn getting focused on in the first four bars. And we're going to replace in the first measure on each beat this one with the double stroke, which looks like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Then in the second measure, we focus on the E of the beat. 1 and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. The third measure is the and of the beat. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And finally, in the fourth measure, we focus on the 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. So what I'm going to do is put it on 80 beats per minute here, and we're going to play it in eighth notes. So the accent grid would be 1 E and a 2 E and, or 1 and 2 and at this speed. What we're going to do is play the first four measures only, substituting the double stroke for an accent. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and go. Now I'm going to change something there. I accented the double strokes a little bit just so you could kind of hear the framework where those accents originally are. But now I'm going to take the accents out and just play it straight. We're going to bump this up tempo-wise, by the way, to our normal speed. So we'll stay at 80, but we're going to go up to 16th notes. If you find this stuff too hard, again, go back, practice the accent grid. Double strokes, of course, will need to be a separate lesson. I'll maybe get to that in another stream sometime. But if this is too hard for you tonight, then just watch it, enjoy it, figure out what's going on, and maybe go back later in the options settings, slow it down to 75% or 50% and see if you can play along. At that slow speed I was just playing at, I was just playing the double strokes with my wrists. At 80 beats per minute, that's still doable, but it becomes a lot more efficient to either do it with double bounces or with finger strokes. So I'm going to do most of these with double bounces for right now. So here's what those first four bars look like. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, so now we're going to go through the entire accent grid. First four measures like that. The next four measures are 2 repetitions of each accent. That gets repeated. Then the final four measures go through each accent one at a time in every measure. 1, 2, a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And for the sake of time, we'll just do one time through at each tempo. Let's go up to 90 beats per minute. a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Okay, and up to 100. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Okay, so that's the gist of that way of doing it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slow it back down to 80 beats per minute again, and we're going to flip the whole thing around. We're going to leave the accents, or put them back in, I should say, and we're going to replace all the other notes with double strokes. What that ends up looking like is this. I'm going to do it half speed first. 1E and ready, go. 1. I'll just do the first 4 bars. Now the E. Now the and. Now the Okay, so that's the gist of it. So this is 70 beats per minute in 16th notes, and that means we're going to be playing about this fast for the doubles. Okay, here we go. The whole accent grid. 1, a 2, a 1E and a ready, go. Alright, let's go up to 80 beats per minute. A 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Okay, let's bump it up to 90. A 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. And up to 100. A 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. found that to be way over your head, don't worry about it. This is something you'll be able to come back to later. Double strokes have to be in great shape for this, whether they're wristed or more likely at those faster speeds bounced, where you're getting a hit and then another free hit. Or another possibility is to have the first one go down and then you snap the second one. There's a couple other possibilities too, but those are the most common right there. But this is an excellent way of doing the accent grid, a fantastic way of really getting your doubles in shape if you can already do them and you're just wanting to take them further, get more control. And so this is a great one to work up. It can go quite a bit faster than what we actually did here today. It can also be practiced a bit slower as well. And another variation off this would be to play the accents in that last way, where everything else is doubled. Play the accents on the toms, so you'd get... and so on. Kind of a cool way to go. So you can see how some of this could translate into kind of drum solo type material. So I hope that was fun for you. I hope it was useful. Even if you weren't able to play it, I hope it was interesting and something you can file away for future use. And again, definitely go back if you haven't already done so and watch episode Beta13, which is the actual accent grid, and it'll take you through it. And I hope that you will feel free to put comments and questions in the comment section below, or contact me on my website, kitmills.com, if you have any questions, and I'd be happy to answer you. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you guys have a great evening and that you will keep on drumming. Take care.